Hey folks, continuing reviews today. I've also borrowed Rob's Beretta Cougar. So this to me is certainly not as sexy as the Beretta 96 that we shot earlier. And it's somewhat ungainly from a just fit and feel. I mean, it just feels kind of big and clunky. But we're going to just shoot it and give us a sense of what it really looks like and feels like as we shoot the gun. So we're going to do similar drills that we were doing before. Up, look, press. We'll come out, we'll press through that long double action pull, and then we'll do some just single shots and decock after each one to get a sense of the trigger. Dry firing it, the trigger did not feel as good as that Beretta Elite 2, the Beretta 96 that we shot earlier. So we'll get some sense of this and see what we think. Here we go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to step back here to 5 yards, and I've got a dot up here on the target, and we'll shoot over there and see what kind of accuracy. I'm going to shoot one round double action, and then we'll transition into that single action pull. The double action is long and heavy. Gotta load it. One thing about this style of Beretta is you've got a thumb safety here. So when that safety is engaged, you can't do anything with the trigger. That's a blessing and a curse in my opinion. But if you're carrying this kind of gun, you really got to make sure that you understand what's happening with that, because as you decock the gun, and it goes on safe, it's on safe. Which means that if you had to shoot, right, shoot a threat goes down, right, you decock, and then you're sitting there thinking, okay, well, let's say the threat comes back at you, brings another gun to bear, or there's a buddy out there who all of a sudden is giving you a hard time. As you come out, you're going to be in a safe mode, and you're going to have the presence of mind to go back into release that safety. And again, once you do that, then it's back through that double action pull. Very important to realize that and to practice with that. And again, if you're going to carry this kind of gun, then you've got to make sure that you understand how to operate it and really what happens when you decock. So again, press out. I press out to my shot here. I want to decock. I decocked the gun. Okay? Press out to my shot again. Uh-oh. Guess what? I didn't take the safety off. So again, that's just something you really have to practice with. As far as our hits and controllability, the gun feels very good to me. The only thing I don't like is that really long double action pull. But from an accuracy standpoint, there's really no issue whatsoever. So let's take a look at our shot. I just have one group up here that I was aiming at, and again, I'm 5 yards away, so not a great distance. So this was our area that I was shooting at, and we were able to get good hits. It wasn't shooting fast, but not a problem from an accuracy standpoint. I'm going to do a couple of faster drills now in terms of just bringing the gun up to point, pressing through that long double action pull, and then we'll see what kind of results we get on paper. So we're going to press our shot, long double action. Not a problem to get those hits. Really pretty straight ahead. So my feeling so far is the gun is accurate. Once it's in single action mode, it feels pretty good. Relatively short reset and a short double action, or a short single action. So as we've got the trigger depressed here, I'm going to show you this. It's a relatively short pull. Again, reset here is just there. And then the take-up is minuscule, just a couple of centimeters. So that's what that looks like. I'm going to reload and we'll come back and do a couple of more drills, just transitioning between different targets. Steel target here at 7 yards and then another one at 25. Really no problem. I have to say, from a feel standpoint, you know, the gun is snappy, and it just doesn't fit my hand great. Doesn't mean it's a bad gun, it just means it doesn't necessarily work for me. So my impressions are, it's ugly. It's an ugly gun. It works. I'm not crazy about the safety setup, the decock and safety setup, but if you have the need for that type of situation where you want to have a safety and you want it fully disengaged when the safety's on so no one can shoot it, then that's certainly something to consider. And hopefully, you'll practice with it enough that you'll feel really comfortable and confident about using the gun. So one other thing that happens, and I'll see if I can do it. Didn't happen that time. One of the things I've noticed on the 92s is if you're doing a malfunction drill and you're coming across, you can sometimes engage or decock the gun and set the safety. It hasn't happened yet with this, so that's a good thing. But with the Beretta 92, I have noticed that. So again, if you're carrying that gun or using that platform, you want to make sure that you're really comfortable with your malfunction drills, and then using the malfunction drill, setting up the gun so that you know it's going to run and you're going to be able to continue to get hits on target if you need to do that. Okay, now we're going to do a sort of recoil management test. We've got 5 rounds of the 165 Ranger T ammo, followed by 5 rounds of the 180 jacketed hollow point, the Federal HST. And we're just going to take a look at how the gun shoots with that and see how it feels. So from my standpoint, there really wasn't any problem. It's hotter than your ball ammo or your typical white box, but no problem. Again, 7 yards away, getting good hits on our steel plate. So from that standpoint, or from my perspective, again, that ammo works well and certainly seems to function reliably in the Beretta Cougar. Well, folks, that pretty much wraps it up. That's the Cougar in 40 Smith & Wesson by Beretta. Interesting gun, and certainly worth considering if the gun feels good to you. As I mentioned before, it's not a great fit in my hands, but it is easy to get good hits on. Again, this was our accuracy test up there. Nice little group. Transitioning between short and far targets, we had no problem whatsoever, so you can see the accuracy of the pistol is certainly what you need or want. If you like this video, click the little like symbol, which is the thumbs up symbol on the left side of your screen. And also, if you like the video or like the channel, share it with your friends and family. We'd love to have them as subscribers. Finally, as always, stay safe.